Hey everyone, this here is the LEGO Marvel Spider-Man's mask set. It cost me $70 US, 70, and it comes with 487 pieces. Of course, I built this live over on my Twitch channel. Be sure to follow me there if you want to see my live builds. Let me give you a quick spin of this so you can see it from all major angles, at least from one level, so you get an idea of its overall, just general shape. It uses a bunch of different techniques to get the different curves on it, techniques that were not used on the helmets and mask sets before. So some new stuff, definitely not doing too much recycling here, not reinventing the wheel where it doesn't need to, but it's definitely a bespoke design. It's not a minor modification. This is very specific to the Spider-Man mask and whole head shape. The eyes are surprisingly very flat. There's a little bit of thickness to them, a little bit of roundness here just from these two small curved pieces, slightly curved pieces, but the rest of it is pretty flat. And those are actually my favorite parts of the whole thing. And not only their shape, but how they're fit in here into the cavities that are left behind for them puts them at just the perfect angle, and they're nuzzled in really, really close all around the edges. I think this has more prints than any of the head, helmet, or mask sets that they've done to date, because this is a print, this is its own print, this is a separate print on this side because all the side prints are mirrored. Got a separate print here as well, and then that's used once again on the back, but there are still quite a number of stickers as well, especially as you come around the sides and also looking at the top. So sticker, 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 print, print, sticker, sticker, and then another one on the top. And then you just repeat the same thing on the other side, coming around the back. So here's that one repeated print from the front, and then these two repeated prints from the sides of the temples. Yeah, both. This was really interesting to me. It's just done a little bit differently. It kind of preserves the use of exclusively curves through this space. Rather than going with the step kind of design. I think that it turned out well as viewed from a distance. What I don't like about this mostly would be just right here. This gap is pretty big. And then around the side, this gap, depending upon how your light is set up in the room. In a space that has a lot of ambient light coming from all directions, this shadow doesn't form quite as strongly. So the more you're able to get an even light distribution on that side, the less obvious that is. But when you have more directional light, this becomes super, super obvious, at least to me. It really stands out. I mean, where I have it here, I have pretty even lighting. There's a little bit of directional lighting, but you can still see it showing up. And I feel bad, honestly, kind of nitpicking on that, because the whole design of this thing is so far beyond anything that I could do. It's definitely not like I could have done better than this. This is a masterful design, but just looking at it as a thing, and not being too empathetic to the designers, just looking at it from the perspective of a consumer who wants a good looking thing on display. Yeah, that can really be a bugaboo right there, because it's fairly long. You can see that the shadow goes all the way down to here, and it can look like just a slash, a slice, or almost like this has a faceplate on the front of it, because this right here almost looks like it could connect here. Maybe there's a hidden hinge behind here, and this all kind of swivels up like that as an Iron Man sort of thing going on. I'm definitely picking away at it, but I do want to be fair and cover things that I like and things that I don't like at the same time. So that's really what keeps this from being darn near perfect, in my opinion. Definitely could have used either more or less of the stickers or prints. I don't know what the right answer is to that, because again, this is full of prints. This has a ton of prints. And the more prints that they use, the more expensive all of their logistics become, because every single new printed part needs a whole new bin at every single factory. And they've said before, it's the storage space and the logistics of grabbing parts for sets to assemble the sets with all their robots and everything, that just becomes unmanageable. It becomes very difficult to manage over time. It doesn't scale well at all. I get that. But, obviously having all prints would be wonderful. The good thing here about the stickers is that the color match is excellent. I have no complaints. It's not perfect, but it's excellent. I really just can't complain. It's close enough. It's within the range of what I would want to see from Lego. You know, it feels premium enough. Interestingly, what doesn't feel premium is the fact that these big things have some scuffs on them right out of the box, just because it's a bigger piece, and you know, it happens, scuffs and scratches. Of course, this down here is a print as well, and the base is done the standard way. So that's the one thing that is shared with other sets in this similar line across multiple IPs. Leftover parts look something like this, although I feel like I might have accidentally dropped one while transferring the stuff. And here's that sticker sheet. Yep. And honestly, if you leave these off, I think you're gonna be left with something that looks weird, because from the front, it looks just fine with no stickers. As soon as you start to look at it from the sides, it becomes very plain. So I personally feel like most of these are pretty important to use. Going back to price and thinking about value, again, this was $70 US, it's 70 euros, 60 pounds UK, or $90 Canadian, and it has 487 pieces. $70 for this doesn't feel right to me. It still doesn't. It hasn't in the past, and it still doesn't. Even though this is one of the best, I feel like I'm going to crush a shit. Even though this, in my opinion, is one of the better ones that they've done, period, even though I have a bias towards the Star Wars stuff, just personally the IP and some of the specific masks and helmets that they've done from Star Wars. And I'm not a big Spidey fan. Like, Spidey is cool and all, but you know, if I had to choose one line to collect, if they did more Spideys and Spider-Man universe builds like this, I would definitely go for Star Wars any day. But this still just strikes me as amazing. Honestly, this is really, really good, even though it has these issues, or this issue with the crack, the crevasse, the great crevasse of Spider-Man of 2024. It's still, it's incredible. And especially from anything close to head on, just all of those views, all of those angles are just almost creepy good. It really starts to feel alive. So it's very impressive, and to hold it in your hand, like, it feels like I'm holding the crystal skull. Like I want to cradle it. It's just, you know, it feels like a treasure, like something that I've won. I don't know. There's some je ne sais quoi here that's difficult, I think, to convey through the camera. It has a presence that evokes something more than most of the ones that they've done in the past. But even at that, this doesn't feel like $70 worth of stuff to me. Unless, I think if I was especially a Spider-Man fan, and I was really impressed by the fact that this is Lego, I could see it being worth it then. There is a market for this, and I think that there is a particular profile of individual for whom this is a respectable deal. But me personally, as who I am, and with the experience I have with things outside of the world of Lego for decades and decades, and including recently just seeing other things made of plastic, I feel like I would rather have just a one-piece, manufactured, perfect, no crevasse, all printed display model bust or something, or large action figure or something. Yeah, just personal opinion. But I hope that I've shown you this enough and told you enough about my thoughts about it to help you to come to your own conclusions, to have your own thoughts about it, maybe with a little bit more information, a little bit more, just different perspectives and different ways to look at it and think about it, so that you can make a choice for yourself on whether you want to buy it. If you do want to buy it, see if there's an affiliate link in the video description if you'd be interested in helping support the channel. Every little bit helps quite a lot, because I do buy all the sets that I review, and it's a lot. It's a whole lot, but no pressure on that whatsoever. It's just if you're interested. But thank you just for being here. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Appreciate your support in that way, and hope that I've done good work for you. I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.